Okay, hi everybody. It's Tracy Balderack. I am founder of Team Faithfully Fit, and today is what day is it? It's Wednesday, October 26th. This is only our second noon Zoom call, as we have gone to weekly Zoom calls. We're alternating noon and 9 p.m. and it is just me. So I'm not sure if this time is going to be working out for everyone on the team, but I love it because it's a great example that when no one shows up, you still go. So I'm going to record this phone call for you guys. We can talk about whether or not this is a good time or not. We can talk about how we want to go forward with Zoom calls in the future to help keep our team just engaged with one another, but at the same time, not overwhelmed. So I'm going to disseminate some information for you guys today. I'm going to share my screen so that I can talk to you guys about the leadership event, which is basically like a mini summit for 5-star diamonds and above. So I know many of you are still vying to get to that 2-star leadership retreat in February. I think Heidi right now is the only coach who is totally locked up and ready for that. That's like a mini summit for 2-star, 2, 3, and 4-star diamonds. So it's amazing. We're going to go through a lot of information, but first I'm going to start off with our announcements. So the Diamond Retreat, here we are. It is the 26th of October. So there are 5 days left in the month. Remember, you have to hit Success Club October, November, December in order to be considered for this retreat. You cannot be a diamond coach at the end of the year and miss Success Club for one of the 3 months. So get inviting. I actually just hit my Success Club 10 today. I think it was Kira and I made a pact, no more. I am not doing this end of the month stuff anymore. Last month, as you guys know, I was sitting on my couch on a Friday night until 10:30 trying to hit Success Club. So the great thing about the fact I just hit it now is that I am in a lot of conversations with people. So that leads me to my next announcement that we don't have a slide for. I'm going to be posting, I'm going to write this down so I don't forget right after this. I'm going to be posting our first team power hour. I will do one at night and I will do one in the day. But there are a couple other teams that are doing these team power hours where they're doing it on Zoom and they're making it sort of fun. Like everyone starts in on Zoom and the first thing everyone is going to do is send out 10 invites. And maybe one person on the phone is like, oh, or on the Zoom is like, oh yeah, I'm done. And everyone else is like, done? How are you done? She's like, oh, well, I just did it through Streak. And there might be coaches that are like, well, show how. And with the ability to share a screen, it's a power hour, but it's also in a way for you to see how some of your fellow coaches are getting it done. How is Kira Smart or Megan Jones, who both are at Success Club 10, how are they working moms and getting Success Club 10? How was Heidi at Success Club 30 when she was traveling for work? There's tips of the trade that we need to be sharing. So we will definitely be posting 2 different power hours. It's a great opportunity to get it done. It'll be in the first week of November so that we can hang out together in a Zoom call and just sort of knock out invitations, all that kind of good stuff that you would do in a power hour to help generate Success Club, talk about what's going on in challenge groups, reach out to different challengers, ask them for friends, all that kind of stuff we will do in a group power hour. So I'm looking forward to trying those out and seeing if those can be beneficial to anyone on our team. Okay, so here we are with some more announcements that were rolled out. So we have another health bet coming up. This one is going to actually have the opportunity to go up to $3 million. They did not talk about the specifics. I know a ton of you are going to have questions like, oh my gosh, do we have to take pictures of our shakes? Probably so, because there has to be some sort of accountability to people actually really drinking their shakes. But that's going to start on January 9th. I don't have it in here, but if you go to my personal page or my like page, I actually had a graphic made of my very, very best transformations of all my challengers. I think I had over 60 people in the health vet. And I'm going to be using that post again. If you'd like to take some of those pictures, if you have some of your own challengers, it's a great way to kick off the health bet and to get people excited. So just like many of you have been breadcrumbing the Quarter Force, you'll want to do the same thing for the health bet. So as we get closer to December, beginning of December, really, we're going to start talking about the health bet and how to market the health bet, just like we've been doing with Quarter Force. Okay, so before I get into the announcements about some of the programs that are coming out and being released to current programs that we have, let's talk about Quarter Force. Some of you guys are copying what I actually am copying from other coaches, and that is I created an event about a week and a half ago for anyone who is interested in Quarter Force. It has been a huge generator for leads. So what I did is I made an event out of my like page, okay? I made a banner. I actually did not outsource this one. I made it on my own. I made a banner, and it's got like the stock photo of Quarter Force, but then on the other side is me. And it's like the group, when you make an event, it sort of looks like a group in Facebook. It sort of looks like one that you would see if you were sitting in a challenge group. So I made the banner and I put, click going if you're interested in learning more information. And then what I did is I just put a little blurb out, and I'm like, over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing daily posts or every other day posts about Quarter Force so that you're able to learn a little bit more about the program. So that's something that you could do for the health bet. That's something that you can do for future releases that we have. But it's been really great because what I was able to do then is, what's going on? Why is my picture gone? Here I am. Oh, because someone's coming on. Let's see. Who just joined?
It's Juliet. I've been trying to join for 20 minutes and something's with my computer. Sorry.
Hey girl, what's up? Okay, no problem. I can't see you. Did you know that?
It's still saying logging in. Something's with my computer. So
Okay.
I literally rushed home from the grocery store to get on this. And then
well, it's being recorded, so don't worry.
Yeah, perfect.
And I honestly just started it 5 minutes ago because no one's on. Heidi was like stuck in traffic somewhere. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make an example that we just show up anyways. I'm going to keep on going. Yeah. Okay, so I'm talking about some of the announcements. And when we can see your pretty face, log in so I can see it, even though I just saw ladies on the lawn. That's why I'm not showered, everybody. Okay, so Julia is one of those people that actually did an event for Quarter Force. So when you're making an event about something, the cool thing that you can do on your like page, if you have not watched how to run split test ads, I suggest that you do that. It's in the coach page, but you can also run an ad on an event so that more people join your event. So I have over 22 brand new people that I got off Facebook. I think I ran the ad and I did a demographic of people who liked like Taibo. Kickboxing was too broad. It was like 13 million people. It was too many. I think I also did MMA style workouts. I did something. I picked 2 things to help narrow down my audience, and I've gotten 22 people that now I can go in. They're in the event. I've not reached out to them yet because I don't want them to feel like I'm coming at them. They're watching. I can tell that they're seeing the posts. I posted a picture of myself doing Quarter Force. I posted a picture of me doing it live. I'm about to open my Quarter Force box. I posted that. I sent a Quarter Force box because I ran a giveaway on my personal page. I posted a picture of that. So it literally is like breadcrumb, breadcrumb, boom. Breadcrumb, breadcrumb, boom. Okay, so you can run events on your like page so that you're able to generate new people coming in. So what I'm going to do is this weekend, right before it's about to be released, I'm going to start to reach out to all of those people about Quarter Force and be like, all right, do you want to get Quarter Force? My challenge group starts November 28th. So it gives me a chance to really talk to these people, develop a relationship with them. Probably I will talk to every single one of them and walk them through the meal plan, all that kind of good stuff. So definitely use events. And it's also not too late. If you're running a challenge group November 28th, and you want to talk about core to force, it's just a place where you can start the event. It only allows you to run an event for 2 weeks. So if you started it November 1st, you run it for 14 days, you can have access to core to force. If you as the coach buy it and you try it out before your actual core to force challenge group starts, you can post pictures of yourself trying it all out. There she is. Hi.
Crazy looking hair.
That's all right. That's why mine's under a hat. So if you have questions about events, just go to the Poach page. There's several of us who have run events. It's been wildly successful in terms of generating new people. Okay, so let's go to the announcements that they talked about here. So Country Heat, 21-day fix, both of those are getting 2 brand new workouts. Okay, so for any of your Country Heat people, if they purchased it and they use on demand, they're going to get Rope and Ride and Wild Horse. I love the names of her workouts. Rope and Ride. Okay, that must be a fun one. And then anyone who has purchased the 21-day fix and also has on demand, they too can get the Cardio Core Fix and the Dirty Dozen. I did Cardio Core Fix live on Saturday. I thought I was going to die. It was so amazing. It was such a good workout. I literally could not walk 2 days later. Core to Force is also going to throw out 2 more free workouts. Again, I did these. The MMA Speed 2.0 and the MMA Shred 2.0. Both of those, again, fantastic workouts. The Speed 2.0 was awesome because it's a quick one, but it's again, my whole torso, all of my back, I can tell my shoulders. It was just such a good workout for them. And just to give an update, Fixate is doing wildly successful. 100,000 views after the first week. So if you're not using that with your challengers, especially your new ones that are coming on, it's a great opportunity to help them not feel so overwhelmed with eating. The yoga fix, I'm actually doing that now. I'm on day 2 because I'm doing the ultimate reset. That also has had a lot of people, and so that's been wildly successful too, many more than they thought. So that's great that these programs are doing so well. Okay, recognition. I just wanted to recognize Shauna in Austin, Texas. I love this picture of her. She's been so brave with her posts lately. She's actually she's at Success Club 4, so there's a very good chance she's going to hit Success Club 2 months in a row. But her overall physical and emotional transformation has been so much fun to watch. If you have not seen her posts, go find her. She is just doing awesome and kicking butt. And then I could not highlight this transformation.
Awesome.
I know. So if you've not seen this picture, it brings out her inner badass, and she just 30 pounds down, and she keeps on working. And I think that just with her workout to work post that she does, she just shows that anyone who's got any excuse can push it aside, because Kira is not only kicking butt in her coaching business, but look at what she's doing to her body. And I know that that's also some really good lighting. She would say, oh, that's really good lighting. But still, good lighting or not, that's an amazing transformation all the way over. So I love that, and I had to highlight that. So keep up the good work. Okay. Our personal Poach for an Awesome Coach challenge, that is going to be over on November 1st. So that ties in a little bit to what the theme was. It was kind of crazy to sit here in Coronado and hear so many people talk about where it starts with us, and the fact that so many of you guys are doing brand new workouts, because I felt like I was in a funk, and I was like, this is a great challenge to throw out to the group. So I hope that you're rediscovering new things about yourself as you're either doing your Turbo Fire or your T25 Gamma. Some of you guys are doing 22-minute hardcore. Some of you are doing PIO for the first time. I love it. I think it's awesome that so many people are starting fresh with their own fitness. So we talked a lot about, the reason that Team Beachbody was developed is because Carl and John, the 2 co-founders of the company, were honestly since 1996 running infomercials. And the problem was they had all these infomercials that were being sold. Programs were being sold everywhere. Everyone knew about P90X, but there was no nutrition. there was no recognition, and there was no support and accountability, which is why Team Beachbody was developed in the first place. And the whole coaching opportunity started with basic customers, Beachbody customers, right? Starting with themselves. And so a lot of the theme of the weekend was literally like going back to what brought you joy about coaching in the first place. So we talked a lot about like, take the pressure off. There's so many coaches, especially when you're sitting at that 5-star meeting, coaches that are like aiming for the top 10, aiming for like the top 50, aiming to go from like 5-star to 15-star. And it can get very blinding when there are coaches that start to focus on rank too much, or the money, or the bonuses, or what have you. I don't think that really represents anyone on our team, although I do think everyone at one point has wanted to strive for a different rank. Not to say that striving for rank isn't important. It is. But as long as it's happening organically because you're doing the things that made you want to be a coach in the first place. So they talked about this slide here, just says like, take the pressure off you. You don't have to be amazing. You just have to be yourself. That was a lot of the theme of Platinum Edge. Stay on the wagon. It is your job and people follow you. Yes, we all fall off the wagon. I feel like I fell off really hard after the summer. Not just with like my eating and my fitness, but I just was off the wagon in terms of my mindset. And when that happens, whether it's with our food or our workouts or our mindset, it's only our responsibility. It's only my responsibility to get myself back on the wagon. No one can do it for me. So we talked a lot in this meeting about not getting comfortable, staying a challenger, like being a challenger yourself, and making sure that your mindset is in the right place so that your coaching is in the right place. Challenge groups. There's so many people that are like, oh, my challenge groups are getting stale. Oh, my challengers aren't engaging. Okay, then it's up to you to do something about it. So we talked a lot about, just different ideas. Like a lot of girls add a lot of fitness or a lot of humor to their challenge groups. This bottom post says like, hey, Dan, you said you were going to be up at 5 a.m. to get your workout in. The lie detector determined that was a lie. And just like the realness of coaches, like some coaches will literally tell their groups like, hey, you see the post go up at 5 a.m., but I'm not working out at 5 a.m. So I'm putting that post up for you that work out at 5 a.m. I do my workout at this time because of this or because of that. And having that authenticity with the challenge group, not making challengers feel like we're way up here working out and eating all of our nutrition perfectly. And I think that vulnerability goes a far way. This girl here, she actually like spends her whole challenge groups like ragging on her husband. So like that's her husband behind her, and she is the one smiling. And it says that moment when you realize that you, what does it say? That your wife's guns are better than yours. Like she just does. She's like, my husband knows it, but like he's always the brunt of the jokes in a lot of them, because like that's sort of how he looked in all of his pictures. So anyway, it was a really good conversation just about challengers and meeting your challengers where they are, right? Finding out where they are and finding out what are their goals and not yours. There's a slide I don't think that made it in here, but Carl actually got up and talked about, there was a poll done, and it's 78% of challengers actually stay more on track with their goal when they get a phone call or have a personal conversation with a coach. I loved that one because from day one, you guys know in all my trainings, I'm always like, get away from being behind your computer and go talk to people. So whether that's like Juliet doing Ladies on the Lawn, or whether that's Heidi going and speaking to moms of multiples, or whatever it is, you want to get out there and start talking to people. Yes, we have to have some of our computer time. Yes, we have to use social media. But at the same time, like, what I started doing, and I haven't done it as well, but I remember in January, I had, I don't know, like 50 challengers, and half of them were new, because you guys will see December and January and February are a little nuts. And I was getting on the phone with every single new challenger. Some of them I would, like, if they were neighbors, I would do Zoom and take them into my kitchen. But some of those challengers are still with me today. Here we are 10 months later, the ones that began in January, because I called them monthly. I would call them on my way somewhere. Hey, so-and-so, I'm on my Bluetooth. Just wanted to check and see how it's going. I've gotten further away from that. Summer sort of derailed me with having all the kids at home, but that's definitely something that's like on my list of things that I want to implement, is making sure that within my streak, I am sectioning out so that every single week I'm talking to at least 5 to 8 challengers, face to face, for a coffee, over the phone, for a walk, something. Come to a workout, because that is huge, making sure that we're connecting with them in that way. We talked a lot about transactional versus transformational when you're coaching people. So, are we sometimes, thinking it's about us and it's about our Success Club points and it's about converting people to more coaches and it's about being a top producer or being on a leaderboard or about being recognized? Or are we talking about understanding truly what each person wants to do, whether they're a coach or a customer? Why is Juliet a coach? Why is Pam Blackwell a coach? Why is Megan Jones a coach? If I don't know that, I'm not doing my job, right? And it's the same thing with all of our challengers. What is the goal for every single challenger? If you don't have that information about your challengers the night before a challenge group, you haven't done your job to get ready for that challenge group. Finding the quality, no matter what the quantity is. I love that Brandy, sometimes she'll just run a challenge group with 4 people. She's like, I don't really have enough. There's no other challenge groups, but I'm going to do it with these 4 people because they need me. And she, with 3 kids under the age of 3, does it. And she makes it happen because she truly is one of those people that cares about her challengers. Focus on serving, loving, and transforming lives. And that's what's going to produce the longevity. Okay. This was a slide that I loved. So I guess it was Platinum Edge 2 years ago. So it was just really Heidi and myself, and Deanna was there. There's a couple other from the team, but it was a small group of us. And I remember that there were coaches standing up on stage talking about how they get to Success Club 60 and how they recruit 30 to 40 coaches a month. And I just remember being like, how does someone do that? Let alone, I don't even have that many people to even talk to about a challenge pack, but I could never keep up with that many people. So I've told you guys this before, I really try to never, ever, ever go over 14 challengers. To me, 7 new people a month is my cap. That's what I can handle. Everyone else's threshold is going to be different. So again, are you really ready to serve everyone? You want to make sure that you are prepared to be able to serve your challengers and your coaches, and empowering them to do it on their own. As your teams start to grow, you can't train every single coach, right? So you're going to have to instill that in some of the other coaches to help out with training and building a bond in your team. This is about your team. Melanie Mitro did the slide, and she just talked about doing personal assessments on her team. Someone like her who's got, an ungodly amount of coaches, 30 to 50 diamond coaches. She really does what she thinks works well for her team, and that's a personality assessment. She's got this personality test that she has each person take once they become emerald coaches. I think she has them take it again once they become diamond coaches. And then she sets incentives for those coaches based on what their motivations are. Some of her coaches love a little gift in the mail. Some of them just need a phone call. Some of them want to shout out on social media. Some of them are just happy with a little email. So she talks a little bit about that. And I think that applies to challengers or coaches, but really just understanding and truly knowing your team. This is not a one-size-fits-all business. There was a lot of discussion about do you have a question?
Oh, no, sorry.
Okay.
I realized.
Are you raising your hand hey, stop talking, I have a question.
No, I realized my face was really dark.
Yeah, that's because you've got the window behind you.
Yeah.
So she talked a lot about, listening to your coaches, figuring out their goals. Not every single coach is going to want to be a huge business builder. Some coaches might just want to pay for a vacation, and being able to support them and make every coach in the organization feel valued. She talked about that, which was also really good. Being a leader, right? So plan the work and work the plan. So Melanie is one of those people that, and I encourage every single one of you to do this since we're coming up on the end of the month. Print out, and you can't see mine, but I have my whole calendar. I call it the Holy Grail. It's my holy grail calendar. And what is on there is, okay, when the start dates for all of my challenge groups are. So then I can back up and be like, when am I going to be posting on social media for those? And then I back up and be like, what is the due date for me needing a graphic, whether I'm making it myself or if I'm outsourcing it. Then I'll do the same thing. When are all the Zoom calls? Who's running the Zoom calls? Am I running the Zoom calls? Okay, if I'm running the Zoom call, then I need to have my PowerPoint and all my material done by this date. When is my next freemium? What is it going to be on? And I'll back out. Okay, if my freemium is on Monday, November 7th, I need to start running an ad probably on, November 1st. So if you look at your month, and you I usually do 3 months at a time, but if you look at your month, I do it in pencil. It doesn't have to be strict, but I'm able to plan out my month, my business building activities, so that then I can teach that to some of my new coaches, or I can be like, oh, you know what, guys, I've got a freemium coming up. Suzanne and I just did a freemium together. It was awesome. I learned a ton from her. Hopefully she learned a lot about the plan and how to do a freemium, but it was because I was organized to have that month at a glance. So have your playbook. Your playbook is, what are you doing on social media? What do you have to invite people to? We have a coaching opportunity call on Tuesday, November 1st. That means that every single one of us need to be doing a live video about it, a post about it, something between today, Wednesday, and Halloween. So again, it's not being reactive and being like, oh my goodness, it's Sunday, I got to go get a post up. But it's taking 20 minutes and planning out your calendar and then setting yourself reminders or whatever it is that you're going to need in order to get your playbook into action. And it also will allow you to identify trends. When you can look back over 3 months on hard copy, be like, you know what, that one challenge or that one freemium, 5-day freemium, that bombed. Was it because of content or was it because of the time of the year? Oh, you know what, maybe that the second week isn't the best week. Maybe I should try to do them on the third week. Whatever it is, you're able to look back and look at trends. You can provide direction. It gives you focus. You sit down for your power hours and you know exactly what you're supposed to do because you have a calendar that's told you what you're supposed to do. So I can't encourage you guys enough to take the time to do that. Pushback. So we talked a lot about this. So I think that some people might be feeling this way about Core de Force, but I know a lot of people were feeling this way about Country Heat. And I was one of them. I was not excited about Country Heat. It's not my style of workout. I don't even like country music. I did not want to do it. But I was like, I could take 1 or 2 courses here. I can either ignore Country Heat because it's not really what I want to do and just not do one thing about it, or I could jump on the bandwagon. I could be authentic and tell my followers, hey, this really isn't my thing, but I'm going to try it today. And I could get excited about the fact that I'm trying something new. And guess what? There were a ton of followers that loved Country Heat. My volume spiked so high the week that Country Heat was released because I got on the bandwagon 2 weeks ahead of time and started promoting it. Same thing with Core de Force. You have 5 days left to promote Core de Force. Same thing with the health bet. Some of you guys didn't have a good experience with the health bet. Oh, my challenger missed posting a picture and they missed one and now, the whole thing was ruined for them. Okay, give the challenger the $15 or whatever it was. Tell them that you're sorry, ask them to do it again, be excited about it, and change your challenge group so that your people don't miss a picture. Figure it out, poll your people, but either get on the health bet bandwagon or don't. It doesn't mean that we have to be little soldiers and do it, but we could at least say to our teams or our challengers like, hey, some of you had an awesome time on the health bet. Some of you had a little bit more of a struggle. What are some things I can do as a coach to help remind you? So just talked a little bit about the fact that we don't always have to like everything that's released. We don't have to like every product, but we can push back, but we still want to get on the bandwagon because when the final decision is made, everyone has to get on. I think that's probably like the theme of the election. Once the president is the president, it's our president. So you got to get on or not. Okay, so managing change. So I don't think that this necessarily applies to our team, but I think that there are a lot of 5-star and above elite teams that are definitely feeling a year of stagnant growth. Maybe just kind of flatlining, maybe not growing as fast. And so there was a little section just talking about when you're frustrated, talk to your peers or talk to people on your team that can be constructive with it, instead of obviously, having the trickle down attitude of like, oh, this sucks, it's all Beachbody's fault. My growth isn't happening, and so I'm frustrated. I just had 3 coaches that hit diamond and they're not diamond anymore, and now my rank is affected and I'm pissed. That kind of stuff is happening out there, I think. And it's a matter of like the leaders are going to be the ones, the cream of the crop that rises to the top. Be a good example. Focus on you, focus on your team, focus on the ones that are willing to run with you, and get over your failures really quickly. And so we just talked about recommitting, like getting back to the basics, picking a program. If you're not going to do core to force, pick a program and commit to it. Embody the spirit of what Beachbody's trying to do, the health bet. Okay, maybe it wasn't perfect, but what the spirit of the health bet is that we had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people that worked out for 4 weeks straight and drank their shakes and lost weight and feel good and are energetic. And it's about the whole trend of our company, and the whole mission of our company is to end the trend of obesity, which is what the health bet helped people kind of get started and have momentum. And then take ownership of who we are as a company. And we talked a lot about, like, really, it just always comes back, like, how are the coaches that succeeded? How did they succeed? It's because they didn't quit. So I think it was just like a really good couple of days to refocus. I definitely felt like there was a really good conversation by Allie Upham. She spoke at Summit, and it just talked about joy and finding the joy in coaching. And if you're at a point that you are starting to wonder like where your joy is, you got to find it. You got to get that mojo joy back, because without it, nothing is going to grow. Your challengers won't grow, you won't grow, and your team won't grow. So that was it, guys, in a nutshell. Next year, mark your calendars for those of you that are aiming for growth. For those of you that are business builders, November 2nd through the 5th in Las Vegas is the leadership retreat for 5 stars and above. So this time last year, I was a 2-star. So it really is possible, because once you hit 2-star, your second business center can become one of your diamonds. So it doesn't feel as daunting. We're like, oh, I'm already a 2-star. And then Heidi 2 became another star diamond for Heidi. So that's how Heidi became Heidi 3. So then really in the course of next year, there's just 2 more coaches to get to diamonds. And every single one of you is capable to motivate and encourage someone to do that. So that is a wrap. Any questions, Juliet?
No, I think I'm good. Okay, I know I did finally watch the like page.
Cool.
Sorry, I did finally watch the like page thing.
Great.
And I did put my picture up, but I definitely might. I think I need to sit with you for whatever reason. It didn't save, but then it's in. If I go to my phone, I see the ad there, but it's not on my computer in the split test. And I'm like, what? I followed every draft. It's so weird. But then I gave up. I'm going to look at it again today. I gave up. Sorry. Because I just was like, I got to take a break.
Okay. Maybe after Ladies on the Lawn on Monday, we could sit down like at a coffee shop and go through it.
Yeah, I could definitely do that if you have time. I know that, Mondays are crazy.
All right, if I know ahead of time, I'll just make time.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, because I don't know why I can't figure it. It's making me crazy. And then one of my ads is on my phone. I mean, in the whole power editor thing.
Yeah.
That I did through my phone, but the other 2 are not. So it's like
something's funky. Okay, yeah. We'll figure it out.
Okay, thank you. That was good. I'm glad that I was able to come on and listen. Sorry, I was late.
Absolutely. Okay, so now the recording is set, and we'll have to kind of revisit whether or not noon is a good time.
Right.
For Zooms. I love y'all, but I don't know if I'm going to sit here by myself and record it.
Right.
So,
all right. I'm glad I was able to come on.
Bye, guys.
Bye.